Hello and welcome to the set between New Normal and Degaussed. This will be the final set of the round of 16, and then we'll be down to the top 8. So quarterfinals will be coming up later on this week. The Civ draft for you guys. New Normal has selected Mongols, Italians, which were sniped, Britons, Franks, and Berbers, banning Aztecs, and Degaussed picked Mayans, Incas, Japanese, Byzantines, which were sniped, Indians, and then he banned Burgundians. So, we are going to dive in underway here. May have Hitch join us, not really sure if he's going to or not, but that's not a problem. We will continue nonetheless, and we are going to go ahead and dive in to game number 1 here on Battlegrounds. Alright guys, welcome to game 1. We have a very interesting matchup here. It will be Indians for Degaussed, and we will have Mongols for New Normal. So, going to be an interesting matchup, one we haven't seen that I'm aware of at this point. Maybe we did see it, but nonetheless, it should be pretty interesting. Indians, not a civilization that we have seen a ton of on this map. Been seeing them on Dry Lake a bit more. Nonetheless, going to be lots of available herdables nearby and in the middle of the map as well. And we have a lot of res distributed in the middle if you guys are unfamiliar with the map. Now, Mongols, Berbers, all have been really good civilizations here. Indians going to be another good one with their scout cav. Should be a solid option. Indians likely going to go for their camels, but first we'll be going into a fast feudal to scouts, same as Mongols, as we already have the deer being pushed here for New Normal. And honestly, if we had to pick a favorite civ for this map, obviously Mongol is going to be preferred, but obviously it's a very large civ pool, and there are a lot of options here. And Degaussed actually going to push his deer as well, so both players pushing in their deer, looking to get all the resources they can nice and early. Only 2 on wood here for Degaussed, maybe a third headed out there now. On the other side, build is actually 5 on wood, so Degaussed with a bit of a different build here, and we will see the town center be used. A little bit awkward there, but all in all, will keep the villager alive. Unfortunately for New Normal, he has idled a few vills here as well. Nothing too severe, he's fixing that. And scouting going to be something that's going to be very important for the middle here. Our Indian player going to be finding a few extra resources really close to his base. Not a bad idea for him to see. And New Normal with a little bit more line of sight here on this scout cav, it feels like, right? Yeah, for sure. So both players doing a good bit of scouting here, and looking to find any additional herdables that they can. Unfortunately, New Normal is housed at the moment, but luckily he already had it coming up. Mill coming up as well, and looks like we're going out in the mid here as we have Loom queued behind one Vill here, and we'll be bringing in that boar. This could be a very interesting moment here. It's like we may just be passing, not too bad. Loom will be in before the hit, so all in all, this villager should make it back. Players have to go out pretty far to get everything how they want it. Oh, and this deer ended up not being pushed in, so just one deer pushed in for Degaussed. And he's already starting to wall up everything. Gonna wall in the stone. Probably just wall all around his area here. The other side fairly open. Quick check on the res. New normal is looking to be clicking up here very soon, and actually has a decent villager lead at the moment. So it will be an 18 pop up here for new normal. On the other side here for Degaussed. Not sure where this Vil is going. Gonna hurry and drop a barracks, so maybe he's feeling like he is behind here. Fortunately, this Vil is gonna be caught out, but oh, no loom actually as well, so lucky here that Vil did not go down. Oh, are we gonna wall the whole corner here, Degaussed? Yeah, it looks like he's going to wall the entire corner of the base here. That Vil has more HP. Feudal Age has yet to come in here, so this is not the end of the world. On the other side, so we have some harassment on a villager as well. That one's still weak. Could still be sniped.
Big walls for big winners, right?
I mean, a lot of walling in these corner areas. It's been very interesting, but nonetheless, I think both civs going to be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, and you were discussing this earlier, but definitely favor the Indians in rare case against Mongols here, right?
Yeah, I think it's a nice choice, honestly. Not one we've really seen much here. Like I said, it was on Dry Lake mostly that we've seen Indians, so a very unique choice that could be very interesting and pay off here. Obviously, not going to be too far behind on the way up. Like his villager count, things are looking pretty good here.
And real dedication to these walls, and we've talked about that. Like, if you're gonna do it, right? So good to see him getting these up.
Absolutely, and New Normal is out in the middle here hunting. So the Mongol bonus is going to be paying off for a little while. But at the same time, fully walled, so scouts probably not going to get in. Unless
Oh
there's
my
a
god, I hate this stable.
oh, yeah, blocking
Why?
lots of valuable farm space.
Why
Uh,
would you do that?
yeah, and New Normal walling up now with 4 Vils, so even going into defensive spears right now.
Range from the Indians. Interesting. Isn't that? That's
Yeah, very strange.
yeah.
He's on to gold already too, so he's thinking about going to archers for the short term at least, I think. It's an interesting take. I mean, maybe if he's planning on getting to Indian cav archers later in the game, could
Yeah, I
be
mean,
a nice move for him actually.
the hard to afford, hard to mass because they come out of castles, but a big strong elephant archer push is going to be hard for Mangadai to take it to deal with.
Yeah, and you know, interesting thing that I do not know because I haven't looked at the tech tree enough lately. Is it just the scout cav line that gets the +1 armor for Indians, or does that include the like any horse unit?
I'll look it up.
Because that could be really valuable actually with Indians. I feel like it's just on the scout line, but Degaussed doing a very good job trying to take advantage of his civilization bonuses here and massing up in the middle with good resources out there for him. The archer range has yet to be discovered as well. It just now was scouted here by Degaussed, so, or yeah, by New Normal. Walls will be complete at home here by the time any archers come across. So the scout investment here, not really that great for New Normal at this point. He's actually invested into an archery range himself. And it won't be too long before he chops out of his walls here as well, something to keep an eye on. Degaussed doing a much better job keeping his TC active. He's got 33 vills compared to 29 at the moment. Archer
So
numbers
just
starting to get up there.
the Indian +1 in castle, +2 in Imperial armor bonus applies to all cavalry, from what I
Okay.
can see.
So, Indian Cav Archers might have a nice little boost there
I
dealing with
you are
Mangdales.
you are not going to see Indian cav archers.
No, you don't think so?
No, elephant archers maybe, but
That would be extremely funny.
no, it makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot of sense against Mongols here. You have Imp Camel potentially to take care of cavalry and to do raids and to take care of rams. And you
Yeah.
have elephant archers should be an awesome counter to Mangudai. I've never seen it in practice, but it should be a perfect counter, a lot better than cav archers. Cav archers, Indian cav archers will get, I think, stomped by Mangudai, but not elephant archers.
Yeah, I mean, if it does turn into Elephant Archers, this is going to be one very insane match right here. Not something that I would expect. Definitely not something like Elephant Archers is one of those unique units that you just don't see very often at all.
Yeah, but is there, you know, but if you're ever going to see it, it's going to be against Mongols, Tatars, Cumans, something like that, right?
Yeah,
And so if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen here. But then again, maybe it ends in Castle Age before we get to Mangudai and what comes with that.
yeah, possibly. Gonna have to keep an eye on that, see if it does in fact happen. But both players here looking to be pretty decent on res, but I think New Normal expects us to stay in feudal a lot longer here. He is spending his res to make a lot of things, while Degaussed is about able to click to the castle age here.
Yeah, well, that's the classic advantage of Archer play, right? It's a faster Castle Age. You know, you're not spending your food. So there's 500 food in Scouts plus however much food in Skirmishers here for New Normal. But Degaussed only spending his food on that age up, fletching.
Yeah, and ultimately he will lose these archers. He has forward here, but they've done a lot of damage and forced him into skirmishers, forced him off of deer in the north, is but what 2 vills in the south. So
Yeah, I mean, but he hasn't lost these yet. He can harass this wood line, and I'm sure that's exactly what he's going back to do. But yeah, I mean, he's forced the archer range. He's forced a bunch of skirmishers, which has already delayed the castle age of New Normal, definitely. In addition to those scouts.
yeah, and one thing that I really love that I'm seeing from Degaussed right here is he's gonna do castle age, then he's gonna produce a vill, and then town watch on a topper like a higher priority for him. So definitely nice to have that additional vision. This is 3 archery ranges here. This is a lot of archer play from Indians. So Indians do not get arbalest, I believe. It's just crossbow. So he will have to shift out of that at some point. But like you said earlier, having archers getting up faster is definitely a bonus here. And Degaussed in chat saying, I love Town Watch. I don't blame you. It's a great tech. So we will have 3 range production. So maybe we're thinking about, yep, just 1 TC coming forward. Nope, will be 2 TCs behind this. It's a very nice eco balance here from Degaussed. Being able to afford all of his upgrades, going to have crossbow, bodkin, and going to be producing out of all 3 ranges for a short time at the moment, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good ball of crossbow. He's got Bodkin in. Um, he could do a lot of damage with this, but he's going to defend this TC for the now, though.
Yeah, the crazy thing though is New Normal still investing into scouts and skirmishers. Like, not even trying to get up right now. He's
Yeah, it's
feeling like
kind of
he's full
crazy.
feudal age right now.
which is full feudal can be very good, but it's not necessarily good when your opponent's in castle and you're not pressuring. If you're pressuring in feudal and your opponent's in castle and you're killing vills, that's one thing. But your opponent's probably getting TCs up. He has tech advantage on you, and this is not a good place for new normal to be.
Yeah. And
I
it's going to
mean,
be a small boom with 3 TCs producing. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean, but new normal is selling his stone, so there will be no defensive towers for these archers. He's relying on the feudal army to take care of crossbow, and this is this is 30 some crossbow, got to be. Um,
yeah, it feels really, really rough here from New
10,
Normal.
10 skirms, 10 feudal skirms are not going to handle 30 crossbow,
No,
and the
not at
scouts
all.
will melt. They have bodkin, they don't have armor, but they don't really need it at this point, and we may not see anything interesting here if Degaussed just wins this with archers.
Geo, why not Indian camels? I guess because it's expected, and you can get a little bit of a better boom and still have a great army in Castle Age.
I mean, I think there's an argument for going archers, and then if you have to later, being able to transition to the elephant archers and already have the archer techs researched.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, that might be the thought.
Yeah, and
This
he's
little
got
hill here is going to do work for Degaussed.
yeah, he has
Not very.
28 crossbows for 29, and they keep on strolling in. He'll be through
Yeah,
this
attack.
wall in no time too.
I was going to say attacking the. It's unfortunate you attack that market, just giving its enemy time to react, but it's not going to matter a whole lot here. There's not this, like we said, these 14 skirms are not going to do the trick.
Yeah,
And all
and
of these villas cannot fit in the TC. Oh, it's just kill him. Stop running. Shoot.
yeah, I
No,
mean,
no ballistics is hurting, but just dive in. Those villas. Where are you going? Don't. No. They're all. No. No. Oh my God.
he doesn't want to waste his military lead.
That was a myth. But he could have killed 25 villagers there.
No, I agree, but I mean, he obviously
He.
is thinking about trying to save this, keep the pressure up. His opponent
I
is
get it,
not in
but
Castle Age yet,
20.
so
He more than half of the enemy's vills were exposed. He could have taken his enemy down to 15 vills.
hmm
He could have won the game right there.
no, absolutely agree.
That's too
Could
bad.
have, but pulled out.
And now these are going to be elite skirms with castle age upgrades shortly, and yeah, it's terrible. The game. He won the game right there, and then decided, nah, I'd rather
Degaussed is going
try.
to imp. Look at his
Uh,
res.
I, it's fine, but I hate it because he doesn't get ARB, so he's not going to get that out of him. He should just won the game. He still could. He could run back there right now and win the game.
I
Like
mean,
he's just he's right now he's actively saying I'm not interested in winning this game yet. I'd
uh,
rather not win it. Maybe I'll win it later. Maybe I won't. But I'm not going to win it now.
30 or 29 minutes and he clicks imp. Degaussed going to have a very, very good villager lead, but like you said, what is he going to make? He doesn't have any of his upgrades on camels yet that I am aware of. Like, he's
And
getting
he's put up another
ballistics
DC.
and continuing to make crossbows.
I mean he gets bracer. He gets full archer upgrades other than that ARB upgrade, which is big. But I mean, that just makes me worry for him. If you have such a perfect opportunity to win the game, and you should know that, he saw all those vills. He saw that the TC couldn't fit anymore, and he could have killed 25 vills, and there wouldn't have been a damn thing New Normal could have done about it other than GG early to stop the vills from dying. Like,
Yeah, I think we're going to see a forward castle here. I know Degaussed sold the stone, so never mind. Unless he's placed it already and
uh,
I'm missing it.
New Normal sold the stone. Oh,
Oh
did you
no,
mean
here
just?
it is. On the hill on the right hand side.
I, and this will be interesting because it'll be able to range one villager that he could have killed if he had just stayed there with his archers. But
Yeah,
now
and the
he's gonna have
skirms are going to do
this
good
is the thing.
work here
Yeah,
against these archers.
sure. That's the thing. Like 16 elite skirms are going to do a lot more against these archers. Whatever earlier.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, 3 vills. That this is
That castle was a
I'm,
bit too far. Yeah, here's a more defensive castle, but Knight's starting to come out here, so Imp going to be a big surprise, I guess, but we have Elite Skirm and Thumb Ring coming in for Degaussed shortly. Do you think that he was planning on going Elephant Archers? Do you think that's its play here? Doesn't really
I
make
think
sense at the moment, but
no, I think it makes perfect sense as a plan against the Mongols. If you let your opponent get Mongols, expect them to pick it on Battlegrounds, and you go Indians to counter with that. I think it's genius. I think that if you have 40 crossbowmen in your enemy's base, his TC is full, and there are 25 villagers staring at you, and you can win the game, then don't need to go there. It almost feels like he's like, I had a strategy, and I wanted to do it. I don't want to win easy. I want to win the hard way.
yeah, and I mean he's got like a lot of walls going, and here comes he's gonna place down 4 stables. So as long as he can keep himself safe from these raids that are gonna be coming in here, I mean he'll be just fine. But again, Elite Skirm's gonna do good work here against these. Gonna take a
Yep. Downhill, taking a
good
terrible fight.
shots, but ultimately
Yeah,
New
like
Normal
obviously,
afraid to take the fight at the moment. Unfortunate, but
I mean, it's the best fight he could hope with the numbers he has, because he was downhill or
yeah,
he was uphill from. But and this is good though. He's lured off a bunch. He's killing more, killing more. Yeah, ultimately though, this is enough crossbow. They have imp upgrades, um, not armor, but they have imp attack. It's
yeah, they have bracers and chemistry already. So yeah, um, defensive siege workshop for New Normal in the north on the wrong side, but well, he's gonna have decent farm numbers, 36 farms. The issue with trying to go camel now is he has no upgrades.
he has no upgrades. His eco isn't balanced for it. His eco is balanced for archers. And I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm rooting for New Normal. He may have half the score, but I'm rooting for him. Like the
Yeah,
Gust had his chance to win. Now it's New Normal's turn to win. Let's make it happen.
yeah. I mean, he is getting upgrades now, so camels will be coming in, but they will not be. Oh, GG.
Yeah, I mean it makes a lot of sense. Like the Vil count, it's more than double.
Yeah,
You still have you're still looking at what 30 fully upgraded crossbow imp crossbow at your base, and he has like no military.
yeah,
I just I just want to know what Degaussed was thinking.
yeah.
Like I prefer the win at 20 minutes and 36 minutes.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there was a reason, or he was looking away or something, but that's the kind of thing that worries me because he clearly got away with it here. He had such a big lead, but that kind of miss um, might not fly in the next round or the round after that, and it might be why he loses.
Yeah, absolutely. We will be going into the next game here in a second. Home map will be Sunken Isthmuses for New Normal. So we get to see this map again, and honestly, I'm very pleased with where this map is right now. I think it's come a long way since the original. But I will be at 5 seconds when you are ready, sir.
I am almost ready.
No
I'm ready.
problem. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Goft winning game 1. We are on the home map of New Normal, and he has Berbers as his pick here. Interesting. And then we have Japanese for Degaussed, and Berbers. The one thing that they really struggle against on land maps is infantry siege, but on water, Japanese still feel like they have the edge, but we'll find out. I mean, faster ships, obviously, for Berbers is also very nice. It does feel like Japanese will have a better eco behind this, given the cheaper mill and lumbering camps. But we'll have to see how this one shakes out. Personally, I myself would favor Japanese here. But you, Hitch?
Yeah, I mean, definitely favor the Japanese here. I mean, the fishing ships that won't go down, those bonuses saving him wood to get onto water. Japanese just really strong hybrid maps at Civ, so they're going to do well on this water map here. This map, you are very vulnerable, right? All your wood lines, your res, all of it can be reached from the water. So winning water is non-negotiable unless you win land somehow real early.
Absolutely. And yeah, Degaussed, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Gio, we had Italians sniped, so Italians was definitely the preferable choice, but those snipes gonna be able to take out some strategy choices here, so it's one of the nice things about it. It's gonna be even more important for those who have moved on into the quarterfinals here because so many more options as far as maps go, as well as civs. So I'm really looking forward to everybody that's going to be making it into that. And we're waiting to see the final entrance into the round of 8 between the winner of this set. So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch how these develop. Degaussed, okay, that's just for his houses. Yet to see a dot come up for him.
Yeah, presumably that Bill will be taking care of that after the house is here.
Yeah, I would expect it to be forward more than on the side there, though.
Yeah, I mean, side there makes it pretty easy to defend the fish, though.
Yeah, new normal is going to be dropping his here. Unfortunately, not putting next to a shorefish, so this vill will have to walk a little bit farther, but nonetheless. We will have the dock from Degaussed back on that side, like you suggested. Maybe he is thinking the same and going to try to save the fish a little bit longer. Japanese fish, though, going to be able
Oh,
to tank a little bit more.
yeah, the thing is, he doesn't know that island is there, so he doesn't know that there aren't fish further out, and he doesn't know that he has like kind of a gap he can defend.
Yeah.
Um, Still, I don't think it's a bad place to start. I mean, he should have the wood to put up more docks, and I don't think it'll be a deciding factor though. Degaussed not yet walling up the front. I think this is interesting. I think we've seen so many players within the first 5 minutes get the walls up on the shallows there, but they're taking their time here.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing on this map is there is no dangerous animals, so you're not going to lose a vill by going out there unless the scout's there. So for me, it makes a lot of sense to wall up this. In one of the early versions, we had a show match that ended up being a little bit rough for Knight Noble, I believe, as he lost to Kados. And a beautiful trap here. Degaussed is going to actually kill the scout from New Normal. And he's not even fighting back at the moment. So that is going to be a very nice position for Degaussed after that trap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a little nice. Yeah, but it's one of those things like, does it matter? How much does your scout matter in this position? I mean,
No, absolutely. If you're going to lose your scout on any map, this would be the one that you would rather lose it on. This is another interesting thing. This island in the north, this neutral island, we have some extra resources as far as the trees having more wood and gold having more gold in each pile. So it's very close to Degaussed here. So do you think at some point he could potentially move out there, given that's a little bit closer than we've seen in most gens?
I mean, the thing is, the secondary islands, they're just for looks probably as much as anything. They have a lot of extra wood, they have a lot of extra gold and stone, but this is not a map that will usually go very long.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, Geo, I get that. You would definitely have to worry about a landing. New normal could potentially have that in the back of his mind. Um, Unfortunately, whenever like if you were to land, there's only so much island here, so it's not something that we have seen at all yet, actually. So, I mean, it's definitely a very viable strategy, and I would love to see it personally, but I don't think you can get enough damage done unless you can somehow get it there, and this would be the best chance of that, because obviously the scout for New Normal has already gone down. Actually, here's a transport ship. So
Oh, he,
Degaussed thinking the same.
yeah,
Puts a
yeah. I
scout in
mean,
there though, nothing else yet.
right. If you have your scout running around your home island patrolling your vulnerable shores, this map, these islands are pretty small. It's hard to pull off, but with no scout, I mean,
Is this just
but
a
the thing is,
decoy?
he's only transporting the scout. So maybe the idea here, or your best hope is that New Normal sees this, assumes that he's getting landed, and overreacts, builds the barracks, builds the military. But even then, that's it's 125 wood to put into that. So,
Yeah, awkwardly enough, we see fish traps queued in the docks as well. So he's queued up refill on the traps whenever he does make them.
oh,
But
that's mm,
stone walls are coming up here, so maybe this is going to be some sort of an attempted landing at some point to be doing that and only going into two docks at the moment. But honestly, if you can't get anything over here, and New Normal does have a fire ship on that side for some reason. Maybe he didn't know where the docks were, probably. No, he should have known that scout died by one, so.
Vilda do a wolf for New Normal. Per your comment, I think I am going to remove those. They don't really add anything on this map, and that's really unfortunate for New Normal here.
I didn't even know you had them on here. Oh yeah, right there. Wow. My bad. I misspoke. My apologies. Is there a landing attempt? Like, I feel like this is such
No,
a bad play from Degaussed here. We have 3 dock production against 2.
yeah, I mean it would have been. I think if he could have forced the barracks up, he would have been ahead, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's been no reaction. New Normal's not buying, taking the bait.
Yeah, I mean he is building some houses out here for some vision, and I mean he can see pretty much everything. I mean maybe not perfectly at the moment, but he has at least scouted that there's nothing on his island, and now the third dock is about to complete here. But the navy really out of place here for Degaussed.
Yeah, relying on the strength of these Japanese fishing ships, but you're really outnumbered here, around five to seven.
Yeah, and I mean,
Five more already queued up for New Normal, and there's only one in the queue for Degaussed. Is not looking good for the Japanese Navy right now.
yeah, I mean, and this may be one of those things where we see a player that favors more of a water or a hybrid matchup, and a player that favors more of an Arabia matchup, and strategies coming into effect here.
Yeah, I mean, so far this has been really good for New Normal.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, look,
he's not gonna
stone
have docks for long.
stone walls from Degaussed, so he's not having any attacks in the middle, is he?
No, but at the same time, a transport can be built just as easily here. This is one of the major things about this map that's hard to deal with if you are off water. Like, you can always switch sides, that your enemy can always land you. There's a lot of viable options here, so.
Yeah, I mean, and this map also tends to make some choke points. Even if, for example, New Normal got off of water, he could castle the left side of his base, he could castle the north side of his base, and put docks up behind. And same thing for Degaussed. If he controls that island, he could easily redock with some castles.
Yeah, there's definitely some issues here for Degaussed. I mean, he has 9 fish traps queued up right now. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but they queue the same way as a mill would. for farms
Back
back
in
in
the
the
good
old
old day.
days. So you can still do it that way. Actually, it is an option,
Yeah.
but no one does with auto reseed. But I think that Degaussed is dead here. Like he has a little bit better eco, but he's about to be pushed off water. And honestly, if New Normal is playing this really well, I think he'll just patrol ships all over the place. I mean, a landing. Oh, a landing is coming in. Actually, the transport ship is in the south. So
I mean, and I think Degaussed has to do this. He let himself get so far behind on water. Oh wait, that's. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Especially if it goes undetected, it gives him a place to get res. It gives him some extra res. It gives him a place to redock. But look, new normal. Maybe he saw that transport. Maybe he's just feeling something suspicious because he's looking around.
yeah, one thing that I would have liked to have seen earlier from New Normal here, though, as we continue to do fire dock or fire galleys, is after the winning of water to start to shift over to galleys, which he has finally started to add one, but I
Yeah,
think he won water a
definitely.
long time ago.
Yeah, I think he could be doing a better job spreading these fire galleys out too, like fire ships out. The Ghost is still fishing. He shouldn't be at this point. Um, these fire ships need to be spread around the whole island, and galleys added. Galleys can range wood lines here. They can range the gold. I think War Galley, if upgraded, will be able to range every gold on Degauss's base.
Yeah, and it's kind of awkward because he's still got all these fire ships in the north. He's still yet to
Oh,
discover the
oh,
ships.
look at this mining camp on the island. Oh no.
Oh, maybe he meant for it to be a lumber camp.
I assume so. Maybe he's having some hotkey issues. I mean,
Yeah, he did just
he's
delete it.
yeah, he's building mining camps when he wants lumber camps. He's queuing up fish traps, which fortunately those docks are destroyed, so I believe they get cleared out. I don't know
Yep, they do.
how that works.
Yep. But yeah, really awkward, and I really struggle to see, even with Castle Age, there's no fire galley numbers or anything for Degaussed. He has one in the bottom corner on the right hand side, and that's really it. Like,
And new normal, I'm really disappointed in this fire ship micro. Like they need to get around. Why? How can you have what is it? Let's find out.
well, he has
23 fire ships and 2 galleys, and the enemy has 0 military, and they're still fishing.
Yeah, he's finally shifted a few around, so he does see it
Ah,
now. But I mean, Castle Age is in, but I don't know what this wins because Degaussed nowhere near castle, sold
yeah.
stone to get up, or did he build a TC? He's building
He's
TCs.
building he's building
Oh,
watchtower.
so maybe Yamasuma Towers is his goal?
I mean it's a stall technique, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I mean to get the advantage of the Japanese towers, you need a castle, and he's nowhere near that. Obviously, he's on stone. But what does this do? I mean, on the other side, New Normal should be adding more fishing ships and docks with this lead.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of awkward because now we're going to have this landing over here for Degaussed, and he's going to build a stable, so that could potentially come back to be troublesome here for New Normal if he doesn't have any military buildings at home, which at the moment he does not.
Yeah, and once again, I that also comes back to his failure to spread out his fire ships earlier. If he had done that, that transport ship would have never happened.
Yep, Castle Age going to be in for both here, and yeah, I don't like the landing here for Degaussed on this island. I think he needed to put it on his opponent's island and try to make something happen, but
I mean, I like the eco there because he needs safe eco. Like,
that's true.
but yeah, I mean,
Kados! Nearly a year indeed, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You're
yeah, I think the stables would have been far better on the island.
yeah. I like the eco like you suggested, but that like he could just build another transport from there and then build stables right on his opponent's island. So I would expect to see some sort of land military here shortly from New Normal.
Yeah. Well, this is the big issue with New Normal that I don't like is he doesn't have a significant eco lead. He should be 5, 10 villagers ahead now
Yeah,
because he should have been building fishing ships, and he should have a dock on the north of his island, south of his island. He should be spreading out and taking advantage of his lead to get up to Imperial, get his cannon galleons, and end this game.
absolutely agree. And he's gonna feel like he's safe because he hasn't scouted this other island yet, and he's got his opponent surrounded. So
Yeah, well, and that's the problem. He had such a big lead, but he didn't use it properly by getting those fire ships spread out that he thinks he's further ahead than he is.
yeah,
And that's all on him at this point, right? If he had just spread those fire ships out, there'd be 12 less villagers for his enemy. His enemy would you be able to deny all his res at this point?
yeah, and the stables are gonna come into play here. They're built in between these wood lines awkwardly though, so it's very
Oh, nice.
strange. They may be stuck.
No, he's not stuck. Actually, they look like they were. He just never set a gather point.
All right. Well, we do have fire ships working on stone walls right now, so maybe we're just gonna see a forward castle here shortly.
For all we can complain about there's a castle coming up for Degaussed finally, but it is ranged by these war galleys, and they hit the back villagers though on the back corner.
Yep. I mean,
Uh,
not enough galleys here, I think, but
I don't know. This thing's only 20%. Yeah, there's only two. There's no more to come.
yeah, the rest are
Um,
on the south or in the north there.
but
So,
still, I mean, so many vills going down. Yeah, he had to delete.
oh, that's a lot of res gone down there for that castle.
Yep, and still losing vills. That's yeah. I mean, trying to compliment Degaussed, and as much as I hate how he didn't really play into water as strong as he should have, and he's struggling at home right now. Give the guy some credit for at least having the presence of mind and the map knowledge to know there's a lot of res out on that island. If I can get out there, it can keep me in this game.
Yeah, and it's really gonna come into play here because, like you said, all those vills down there gonna be vills that bring in a lot of resources, and we might even see him transport with. He's actually building a fire galley. Interesting. And he's queued up the ships or the traps again. So Degauss's definitely not
Yeah,
a fan of these types of maps. I don't believe.
yeah. It feels like his water hotkeys are all messed up. It feels like he did cancel that fire galley. I was gonna say fire galley would be a terrible mistake. If the enemy sees that, he knows you have a dock somewhere.
Yep. He did cancel that, and then he added yet another fish trap. So queued fish trap too. New normal is imping though, so going to be Berber Cavalier. It looks like as he drops two stables. Maybe even just camels. I'm not really sure what he's going to go with here. I think Cannon Galleon alone would do him wonders as well. Really a shame he has not scouted these islands. He does see the one in the north and hasn't checked it out, and never bothered to scout the one in the south. So quite the awkward position there. But now, if these knights do show up, we do have a barracks, we do have two stables, a monastery. It's still going to be very difficult for Degaussed to continue and be in a good position, even if he does kill a bunch of vills here.
It's the thing, transporting over 6 knights, but like you said, two stables already up. I mean, Berbers have cheap knights. It's not going to be hard for him to throw his own out to counter this. And New Normal can replenish these endlessly because the stables are on the island. So this raid's going to not do much. The thing is, though, Degaussed has an eco lead over New Normal because of New Normal's failure to build more TCs, his failure to, well, he has built another TC, but his failure to apparently produce as many vills, his failure to make fishing ships.
Yeah,
So 5 vil
absolutely.
lead for Degaussed right now, which just is absolutely should not be the case.
Yeah, and the knights are running around here on the island, not running in the right direction, unfortunately, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold out here. There are knights of his own here. I mean, Degaussed has way more upgrades, but just sheer mass should favor new normal at the moment. And yeah, the GG comes in. I'm not surprised here.
Yeah, I didn't love that game. I
No.
mean, new normal could have played it a little bit better. If he had boomed on the fish, made more docks earlier, he could have had a big eco lead and gone up to imp a lot faster. Do what he already did, or to go cannon galleons. And he shouldn't have let this whole eco thing from Degaussed ever happen. So definitely could be better, but still, Degaussed though definitely played it worse. This is not a map where you can ignore water unless you have some really crazy strat, right? Like I don't know, like if you're landing with towers or something, maybe you can ignore water, but not like this.
Absolutely agree. But overall, a pretty good, entertaining set thus far, and we're gonna go to Game 3 decider to find out who the last entrance into the quarterfinals is. We'll be on the home map of Degaussed, which is lanes, so no big surprise there actually. He's definitely a fan of land maps from what we've seen thus far, and looking forward to seeing how this one plays out for both players. But I'm going to load up in here now, and I will be at 5 seconds when you're ready, Hitch. So it will be lanes, and it's Mayans for Degaussed versus Britons for New Normal. So very archer heavy matchup.
The Archer showdown here. And I think early on, I think in this tournament we saw a lot of cav civs on this map, but I think over time it shifted more and more to archers to this big, snowbally type civs
Yep,
because of the constrained nature of this map here.
yep. You
I'm
ready,
ready when
Hitch?
you are.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, decider game between these two. Kato saying this may be one of his favorite maps. Yeah, I definitely think it's a very fun map, very interesting. We've seen a lot of games on this map, but important that players are going to be prepared for other strategies as well moving forward because best of fives, more maps, going to be very important.
Another map that honestly I kind of made on a whim, made it quick. So really surprised, pleasantly surprised how it's turned out and been popular.
Yeah, and both players with fairly similar maps here, with golds and stones all in the back that are safe here. I guess New Normal's base a little bit worse off because his main gold is forward, but still plenty of nice walls could come up for him here in the front as well. Uh, and Mayans versus Eagles. Sorry, Mayans versus Britons. Britons could struggle against the Eagles here.
Yeah, but that's talking very late game, and very rarely do we see imp and post imp on lanes. So you expect to think more about Castle Age, and I think in Castle Age the Britain extra range on those archers is going to matter a lot more
Yeah,
than
that's true.
Eagles will.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that extra range, I mean, making Britons very good against any archer civ. So, very curious to see how this one works out.
Yeah, but in that late game situation though, I mean, I definitely feel like favorite mines. All that armor on Eagles, or sorry, all that HP on Eagles is insane. And then the archers behind will clear up any champion counter the Britons try to put out.
Yep.
It's a terrible combination for an archer civ to face.
Yeah, and Mayans, I feel like one of the best civs in the game for a long time for a reason. I mean, their resources last longer. Up until recently, they had the magnificent arbalests that we all love so much. Now they have
Siege
crazy.
arbalests,
What?
siege arbalests.
Yeah, And now they have like this crazy like two the skirmishers that throw two javelins. And then Eagles with 100 HP once it's researched. I mean, Britons, though, also one of the best civs for a long time. Archers, obviously, being the majority of that reason. Kados, yes, Britain champions, definitely an option. Obviously, not something you want to go for as Britons, but in this matchup specifically, there's a good chance we see that.
Yeah, I think if you think about Britain Arb champ against um, Degaussed Arb Eagle, you gotta favor the Mayans there. I
Yeah.
mean, because archers don't take out the eagle. I don't see it being tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a really interesting matchup that we haven't seen
Yeah.
a ton of, especially at this level. So,
Yeah, we haven't had many Archer v Archer games in this tournament as a general, so it's very fun to see. But
yes.
yeah, I mean, I think the Britons, you want to get your lead in Castle Age, which is still tough though, because Mayans has cheaper archers, right? I mean,
Yeah,
so the mass, so it's going to be a question of mass. So what do you think of these hills? Either super favorable or very unfavorable for new normal to have this big hill in front of his base.
I mean, so the thing about these hills in the middle, I don't feel like it helps or hurts him because there's no valuable res here. Obviously, if it is controlled by his opponent later on, it will be against him, but I mean, any hill can trade sides, no question, so I don't think it's going to play much into it, but we'll find out. Both civs or both players choosing to wall up as well, so maybe we're seeing a faster castle time.
I mean,
More
if
defensive
you're Archer
land.
v Archer, you might be tempted. I agree with you that the hill could go either way, but I think it's important how that hill generated in the middle there. Whoever gets that castle on that hill controls the momentum of this game.
Yeah, and Mayan's going to Drush, and they are not going to click up for some time. So this looks like it could be somewhat of a Drush FC for him. And then on the other side, New Normal already on his way up, but will also have a Drush in place. Oh, and look, actually, our Mayan player clicking up as well. So
Yeah,
Drush into
don't
archers for
underestimate.
both.
But at least for Degauss's sake, he will spot that there is a counter or another direction. So
Yeah, I really don't like
um,
how Degaussed is walling this right now. He's using two vills to do the same exact walls, the same house. If he would have sent one out and started walling towards him earlier, I think he would have had a better shot of getting it walled up in time.
yep,
Still,
and he's definitely behind on the militia. Um, Taking the best fight he can here, but yeah, okay, the Vil goes forward. Okay, he should be walled up in time now. I was a little worried when you pointed that out.
yeah, I think he'll be fine now that he has separated them as well. Um, Militia doing work on the Eagle here, and it is only two. Will be a third, and he's actually going to add a fourth behind this, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, if maybe you feel like for the wall situation, you have to get it up. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, sending them in one by one, though, is never a good idea. But walls will go up. He has walled out one Vil, so he'll have to save that one should he want it to survive. He does, in fact, do that. So both players, pretty even exchange, except that Degaussed lost his scout.
It's
And,
not so. I'd say it's not so equal. That's a clear victory for New Normal. Degaussed made one more militia than he did
oh,
and
that's
lost his
true.
scout.
That's true. I
Like
forgot about the four
it,
militia.
the Degaussed really got hurt there by trickling in the militia.
Yeah, very true. Gonna be some nice little walls behind here. Being walled up for both sides. Would expect archer mass to really come down to it. And you did bring up the cheaper Mayan archers, but faster working archery ranges for Britons. So
Yeah, but you're more constrained by resources in feudal age, especially
true,
than you are production buildings and production time.
true. But with both players walled, I don't know how much that's going to come to an effect early. Maybe in like mid castle age.
I mean, overall though, I think the Britain player is right where he wants to be. He's got a little bit of a lead, a little bit of map control, kind of has the momentum. Um, and he needs this when he enters Castle Age.
Yeah, absolutely. Kados, we have not seen a single siege tower, so that would be truly entertaining if that's what wins someone a game here. That's a strategy that I haven't even thought of for Arena Cove either. That is something we could possibly see down the road. Kados putting ideas in people's heads over here.
What's with the? We got the unit trickle again here from Degaussed. Why are you sending 2 archers out? What does that accomplish for
Well,
you?
he hadn't scouted if he was fully walled yet, so I think
Oh,
maybe he
but
was hoping to sneak in there.
but you know at this point, like there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, you should for sure. These two archers could get caught out quite unfortunately here, as there's 4 archers for new normal, and those will definitely be losing that fight, and it's going to be a win again for new normal, and Degaussed putting himself in a rough spot here.
Yeah, throwing away units left and right here, unfortunately.
Yeah, farm numbers gonna be 9 for new normal, and then Degaussed has 13 though. So his eco has been consistently better throughout this bracket, or this set at the moment. He's been a little bit faster with his economy, keeping the villagers up a little bit higher. Definitely has the villager lead in all the games so far, so gonna be something to look out for. See how it progresses in this one.
Even mixing in a skirm here, some skirms for Degaussed, so recognizing maybe he put himself a little behind on numbers.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
upgrade though. No fletching for either player. So
Yeah, Degaussed just now getting his blacksmith down. New normals has been down for a bit longer. New normal also getting wheelbarrow at the moment. So his economy will be a little bit quicker because I don't think I saw Degaussed with that upgrade just yet. A fight on the
nope.
hill. Oh, Degaussed taking a much better exchange here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a case of you're microing yourself to death from new normal's position.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty okay, I guess. But obviously you want to keep that mass alive for as long as possible. So
Yeah, it would have been preferable to not let that happen, of course. But yeah, I just yeah he ran downhill and was shooting less frequently because he was microing. It's sometimes it's worth microing. Sometimes you get yourself killed by doing it.
yep, new normal and okay, just about the same time they both clicked. So going to be 3 archery ranges because the Grost is dropping 2 at the moment. Going to be very important to see if those numbers are matched, as it is just going to be a second one thus far for new normal. And this is part of that mass that you're going to be talking about, how much easier it is to load up on numbers here for our Mayan player.
Yeah, I mean, now the thing is, Britain players not going to be as much of a disadvantage, even if they're on 2, as you'd expect, because of that fast producing. So maybe that's where the bonus helps them out a little bit. But both players getting fletching, I mean, oh, but this archery range won't even go up.
Yeah, it's
Not
going
yet,
to be
not
denied,
right now.
unfortunately. So that is going to be a very important thing. He's actually going to try to rush it down here with 2 vills, and it should go up. Just not quite there. Can't start the production that quickly.
This is turning bad for new normal real quick. I think there's a lot of
Oh,
consensus.
2 vills go down for that archery range.
Oh no, this is going from bad to worse. He's already 7 vills behind because he does have wheelbarrow, which part of that comes from, but part of it's idle time, part of it's wheelbarrow, part of it's losing those vills, and he's not been producing very much. Keeps the only one range.
Yeah, and archers are going to come
Crossbow.
from both sides, but
Well, here is a big thing though. I mean, armor coming in for Degaussed as well as crossbow, but crossbow and bodkin coming in for new normal. So if the Britain player can leverage his range and micro, but the thing is there's no gate over here. He's in a dead end. He can't micro away from this.
Yeah, he's just going to have to sit behind his walls as long as he can, and he is going to get up another town center. Both town centers, so it's going to be 2 town centers for both sides. Degaussed and New Normal both going to try to get up their economy as best they can here. Really don't like the range being spread out here on both sides for New Normal. As
Yeah,
he's going to
but
take
here go
another rough.
this feels like GG territory here. He, he's has half the military of Degaussed. He's opened the palisade to let him right in. Vills are exposed. Vills have to run. Luckily, this TC on the left should go up before he gets there, but
Yeah, but now the archers are in. Main gold is denied. Another Vil has gone down. Looks like this one might escape, but nope, not microed back. I mean, it's looking very rough here for New Normal. I don't know how we can sustain this for too long here. He is on gold on the north.
look at
So,
Degaussed here. They're doing a good job. He's hanging out on this hill, taking an advantage.
yeah.
And, and you want that advantage because look at this. This is the micro you need from New Normal right now. Using the Britain range, you can outrange these crossbows all day long. But it's hard to keep that level of micro up and do a 3 TC boom and keep producing units.
Yeah, really unfortunate though. 21 idols there for New Normal for quite some time. Yeah, and honestly, Mayan Eco really gonna be really, really good here. Another Vil will go down at least on this farm.
Yeah, I mean, set aside the idle eco time, which is now approaching an hour for New Normal. He has 8 times the idle TC time right now.
Yep.
So 3 TCs doesn't do you good if you're not producing from them, unfortunately.
Yeah, and 3 range production early and cheaper archers for Mayans really paying off so far.
Yeah,
He's
I
still
mean,
outnumbered with archers here.
right. The failure to get these ranges down in a timely manner for New Normal uh, more than likely not going to cost him the game here, though he's taken some good fights. I don't like how close in he is, though. Your
Yeah.
only advantage, I mean, it's not the worst, but he's microing it. It's an okay fight. It's just your one advantage is your range, right?
Yep.
So if he would have hit and run and killed off that army, he'd still have an army left to fight this new army coming in. But if you look at this, he doesn't. There's another 15 crossbow that are going to break through palisade.
Yeah, it's very rough position, and this is partly because of the range, partly because he's only on 2 archery ranges compared to 3, and that villager lead is just getting larger and larger at this point.
Yeah, forward with siege workshop from Degaussed is going to be great for him.
Yeah, and this is where that hill starts to come into effect here. Gonna see a defensive archery range as well. It's really unfortunate all the idols still around here too. New Normal really at a 30 vil deficit right now because of all these idols. University coming in here for New Normal, but he's not going to be able to afford ballistics. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that really does for you. You need numbers, not ballistics.
yep. No worries, New Normal. Or, Manta. Yeah, and this massive crossbows is getting larger and larger for one side and barely growing for New Normal here. About to break in, and he's got a bunch of exposed vills. Got a T90 farm right here by the university as well. He's gonna take a fight here, but Gonna push him back for the moment. Yeah, Degaussed definitely very good balancing his eco while managing his military. So he's definitely a faster player, able to manage a lot going on very quickly. And New Normal was a very rough issue on his 1 gold up here in the north. He's got way too many vills, looks like, up there. A
Yeah, I
ram
mean,
is the choice by Degaussed.
yeah, I
That
don't
won't
like
last
the
long.
ram. It's not going to last against the mangonels. It's the mangonel you could have used from the hill to take care of the houses would have been better, but
New Normal is housed at the moment as well. And the economy just continues to expand on Degauss's side. And honestly, here comes Imperial Age. Arbaleth's gonna just destroy here, and New Normal nowhere near getting up.
no, I mean, look at all these idle vills. Look at the lack of farms. These farms, like you said, ugly farms.
Yeah, farming is rough. Ballistics is on its way in now, but not really gonna do him any good as soon as Imperial Age
Yeah,
hits.
and
Arbaleth
he's just
Bracer.
right. So down on numbers against Arb, fully upgrade Arb, it's not going to do anything. Not to mention, Goss can drop a castle if he decides he feels like being mean. At this point, he could castle that hill and really lock New Normal into his base.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have the res
And
for it
and he
just yet.
oh, and he will be. Degaussed does.
He has 92 stone.
Yeah, because he just
Ah,
dropped the castle.
there it is. It's actually preparing the Eagle switch as well, so we'll see the ARB upgrade, I believe. Maybe he'll just go Bracer, actually.
I
Maybe he won't
mean,
do it at all, and he'll just go straight Eagles. It's looking
yeah.
over
Well,
regardless,
right. Well,
so,
it's hard. Well, you got to think from Degauss's decision. It's hard to know how ahead he is on the eco. He hasn't been in the base for a while.
yeah.
So he probably will feel the need to go ARB and get all those upgrades, assuming, well, because he can't assume that he's that far ahead right now.
True, and the score is still pretty close, so he's not thinking he's ahead because he's not ahead by thousands
Yeah,
of points or anything.
right. I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. He knows he's ahead, but he might not realize that he could definitely right now just go straight into the Eagle switch and not get these up, not get ARB or anything. But
Yeah, Arb
um,
is coming in with Bracer. Castle will be shooting at the house, so New Normal does know that it's there. Imperial Age in as well, gonna have to try to take a fight here, which is still gonna be a bad fight being downhill.
yeah, mark it from New Normal. So he's going to be buying Imp here.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to get his own castle up, but unfortunately
Oh,
for
that's
him,
going on. Nope, it's Imp.
no, he's shifting onto stone, so I think he's gonna get a castle as soon as he can, but
Of course, but not too urgent. The castle's not going to do a lot for him right now with Trebs out. I mean,
yeah. And a
yeah.
nice position here from New Normal on the lane to the south. He's going to stone wall, or try to stone wall, as we have a stable coming in there from New Normal, actually, and
Oh
Knights
yeah,
headed forward.
yeah. Knights will come forward, and even if his wall is up, there's a hole on the left. But the thing is, this would be a lot more impressive if it were like 5 knights, because 5 knights could change some of the balance of this game by rating the eco.
Yeah, and the crossbows are just going to melt the arbalest here. If they take a fight, looks like they are backing away. And he is going to wall that side up now.
Yeah, so nothing will come of this raid.
Yeah, 3 mangonels here, but mangonels are outranged by Arb, so New Normal.
Yeah, and New Normal about to be housed by Ards, so
Yeah, he's been housed quite a few times this game. A lot of pressure coming in here, especially early on there. Still yet to fix some of those idols. He's got 18 idols. Mangonel's gonna actually get a big shot here. Nope. Looked like it. I thought he was in range there.
I mean, maybe new normal didn't accomplish much of what's nice, but it's not nothing to at least deny those resources on the side. He does have the option of getting a TC up over there, securing himself some safe eco if he decided to do that.
Yeah,
Safer
absolutely.
eco. But he's
Absolutely.
got a lot on his plate right now, though.
Yeah, and I don't think, even if he gets all the upgrades he needs right now, I don't think he's going to be able to withstand this because he's not going to be able to ever deal with Eagles if that Eagle switch does come in from Degaussed. And he's already researching Eagle Warrior, so it's
Yep,
on its
armor's coming
way.
in.
But
So yeah, Eagle Switch will be coming. And
that's the thing, being this far behind now is even if you get even if New Normals
yeah,
gets the right Arbalest mass, he won't be able to withstand the Eagles or research into the champion
right.
line.
And that's the thing. If DeGost, once again, going for the Eagles is a safe play. He has the res. You should tech into it, get ready, because it'll be help. But he doesn't need to at this point.
Yeah,
He's done so much damage at this point. He can just let the Trebs take care of stuff and let the Arbs do their work.
yeah, absolutely. And I imagine this game will probably be over before we even see any Eagles produced, because I mean, Elite Eagle Warrior is coming in now, but he's just making more arbs and actually teching into Skirmisher as well. So he's just teching into everything. But a lot of things being trebbed down here. Eco's not running to the south. It is Arb v Arb, but it is Britain Arb with no bracer or thumb ring compared to Mayans right now. You know
Yeah,
what?
I mean,
He's actually attacking a house, unfortunately, for himself.
yeah.
So Degaussed lost more than he needed to there, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just the eco at this point, 75 to 128. Britons are never going to be able to outproduce a Mayan player with discounted archers.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, once the Eagle switch comes in here, it's as it's starting to be produced,
Yeah, Eagles are queued.
we should see the GG anytime.
Oh yeah, artisan coming in, forging coming in, so all the big upgrades coming in for the Eagles. So I think the priority would you'd probably want that to be your unique tech. It does more than any of the others are going to do for your Eagles right here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and he's done so much damage here. He can definitely like wait to produce some of those Eagles and actually get Eldorado. But
Um, Interesting move of the Arbs here. Maybe he thought there was a big eco expansion out here.
yeah, possibly.
Maybe he's confused why the GG hasn't come in. Maybe he's assuming there's got to be big more eco hiding somewhere.
I feel like if he's looking at the score at all, he knows he's vastly ahead at this point.
Oh, no doubt.
Eldorado is on its way in now.
Right, El Dorado. Like you said, yeah, the Eagles are now streaming in. No small number of them on the map, with 22 already out. Um, and I think you can defend New Normal still fighting on. This is a deciding match after all. But once you see Elite Eagle, right, like
Yeah.
I think you GG. I don't think you could even convince yourself at this point that you have a chance.
Yeah, and I mean, once you're down below 100 pop at this point and you see 30 Elite Eagle Warriors in your base, even with your army here, you can't really defend from this.
No, I mean, like I said, he is getting forging coming in. Like the defense is champions. The champions die to the Arbs, and you have a lot of text to research to get to champions. You don't even have a barrack, so the GG comes in.
Yep. GG, well played. Very good set today. DeGroft, definitely an Archer fan. Not so much for water maps, but good to see New Normal coming in with his strategy on his planned home map, taking the win there. And GG's for DeGroft. He will be the last player moving on into our quarterfinals.
Yeah, very exciting. Well played both. Like I said, new normal, got us win on the home map, and I think that's always important for your pride, right? Like you want to show up at least get your home map. But
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing what Degaussed can do going forward. I really hope to see a little bit of sharper play from him in the next round. They were just, like I said, things were just a little awkward, a little slow, a little weird sometimes, but he had a great showing. I really looked forward to see what he does in the next round.
yeah, absolutely. And if you guys want to avoid spoilers, I'm going to update the bracket. So please feel free to leave now. But here we go. We will now have Degaussed winning the set 2 games to 1. He will move on to face Beck. And then we have Andrew and Jabari, BBB versus Scamaz, and Geo versus Lord Savage. So definitely looking forward to these sets. And we're down to the best of 5 games, Hitch. Time to get some really, really good sets in here with more games, more maps, lots of possible prepared strategies. I am very much really looking forward to this next round.
Yeah, so we're going to see some interesting stuff. So we haven't seen Shaded Pond much. We haven't seen Trade Hub for obvious reasons. Um, so those are two maps I'll be looking out for. But we've got a good mix of everything else. So I'm still expecting a lot of lanes and dry lake picks, but
Yep.
not everyone's going to be able to pick land map.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of lanes, Bog Delta, Nomad
Arena
Hubs,
Cove.
Arena Cove. Uh, I really am looking forward to seeing some Shaded Pond games. Haven't seen any of those yet, really. I think we've only seen, what, one? Maybe
Like
two
one in the
games this
previous
whole
bracket, I
bracket?
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so gonna be a lot of fun moving forward. I actually know a couple of these guys have already scheduled. Geo and Lord Savage will actually be a little late with their set, which is fine because I told them it's going to take me a day each to cast each one of these sets. So, going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys are looking forward to seeing how this one ends. But that's going to be it for us tonight, guys, as that was the final set in the round 3 here, or the round of 16. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you haven't followed, be sure to follow. We will be casting them all live here, even if they go long, anything like that. We're definitely casting everything from here on out. So,
Yeah. Are we anticipating any 3 hour Arena Cove games going forward?
I mean, I hope not, but it is always a
It's a map that
possibility.
can make that happen. It is the kind of map that can do that, though. Like if of all the maps we have, it's one of the most likely to drag out, is it not?
Yes, 100%. So, we'll see. But hope you guys enjoyed. Be back here this coming, like, Friday? No, Saturday? Sunday? With games, I hope. No one's turned any games in yet, so we're kind of just waiting for that. So, but thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Katos, thanks for almost a year, 11 months. And thank you to all the subs that have been around, Hitch included, being the long term guy over here at like 2 years. But we'll see you guys as soon as we have games to cast. Later.